Hello everyone. A very warm welcome to class 10th and 12th Insights. In this lecture, we would be covering important questions of Imat exam. So you would be aware about what is Imat exam. It is given to get free, you can say education or free course of MBBS in Italy. So in this there are 60 questions. Maximum you can score 90 marks. There is a negative marking of zero point 0.4 on each question you do wrong. Fine. And in India, it is conducted in New Delhi. Okay, the main center and the only center till now. It is generally conducted in September month. So let's start. I have given you basic information. The subjects carrying high weightage is bio, then chemistry. Okay, so these are the two main things you should be more focused if you have less time. So you can score maximum marks. Fine. These are important questions, which are previous year questions also. Okay, so you will get a basic idea how the questions are framed. Let's start with reading skills. We'll read the first question. Climate change is exacerbating the frequency and intensity of wildfires, particularly in regions like Australia and California. These fires release vast amounts of carbon dioxide, further accelerating global warming and destroy habitats for countless species. In 2020, Australia's bushfires burned over 18 million hectares, killing or displacing an estimated 3 billion animals. Governments are investing in fire resistant infrastructure and early warning systems to mitigate risk. But some experts argue that addressing the root cause, carbon emission, is the only long term solution. I would just advise you if you are reading in the reading skill, make sure you are reading and underlining with pencil the important points so that by reading the question you can understand of what it is saying and you can get the answer easily. And I must advise you the question should be read first and then read the para. It will help you a lot. Okay. So when you read the para, you will get in mind, oh, this was asking the question. At that time, you would stop and come to the question, mark the answer, and move ahead. So let's see the question now. What is the primary long term solution to wildlife proposed by experts in the passage? So, here you can see long term solution. What is this? Carbon emission. I will read it again for you. Some experts argue that addressing the root cause, carbon emission, is the only long term solution. So, that is reducing carbon emission. Option number three. Margaret Moorhead. Option number three. Here we go. Second question. Antibiotic resistance is a pressing global health issue driven by the overuse of antibiotic in both human medicine and agriculture. When antibiotics are used excessively, bacteria can evolve to resist them, making infection harder to treat. The World Health Organization estimates that resistant infection could cause 10 million deaths annually by 2050 if unchecked. Solutions include developing new antibiotics and promoting responsible use. But public awareness campaigns are also critical to educate people on the risk. Now we'll read the question what it asks. What is a projected consequence of antibiotic resistance by 2050 according to the passage? Now it is very easy. Wherever the 2050 is written, read the above line or the below line. Fine. So that's why I would suggest you read the question first. It would be very easy, and you know that covering 60 question in 100 minutes means you will get less time to think on the questions. So easy questions can be done very quickly and it should be done. Otherwise, hard question will not get that much time. Fine. So let's check. World Health Organization estimates that resistant infection could cause 10 million deaths annually. So just see where 10 million is. It could cause 10 million deaths annually. This is the correct answer. Mark it out. Move ahead. Very easy till now, right? Well, shall we move ahead? Let's see the third one. Telemedicine has revolutionized healthcare by enabling remote consultation, particularly during the COVID 19. Just wait, I would just take the bar ahead. We'll scroll down. Here we go. Okay. Fine. Patients in rural areas can now access specialists without traveling long distance, improving healthcare equity. However, telemedicine relies on stable internet connection, which are often lacking in remote regions, and some patients struggle with the technology. Additionally, doctors may miss subtle physical cues during virtual visits, potentially affecting diagnosis accuracy. What is a limitation of medicine highlighted in the passage? We'll read the options now. It reduces healthcare equity in rural areas. It eliminates the need for specialists. It relies on stable internet, often lacking in remote regions. Now, this is the exact point written above. Okay. Telemedicine relies on stable internet connection, which are often lacking in remote regions. So, just this is the answer. It improved diagnosis accuracy during virtual visits. This is not true. How virtually the doctors can diagnose easily? It can't be done. It needs physical interaction. And the machinery which would be lacking in virtual thing, right? Machinery is very important. It requires patients to travel long distances. How come? If there is a telemedicine, how come it requires the patients to go long distance? If there are no telemedicine, then it is required. So the correct answer is C. Moving ahead, now we'll do quickly as it's three questions I have explained very well. Okay, now we'll read the question first. What potential health risk is associated with microplastic according to the passage? And you can see just about this posing potential health risk is written. So let's go two lines above that. Okay. Microplastic, tiny fragments less than 5 mm in size, are ingested by fish and other marine life, entering the human food chain and posing potential health risk. They improve the health of marine life? Not. Right? They are affecting the marine life. They pose risk by entering the human food chain, right? They reduce plastic pollution in oceans, wrong. They are creating it. They are banned by government globally. Governments are implementing bans on single use plastics such as straws, bags to curb this issue. However, critics argue that these bans are insufficient without global cooperation, as plastic waste often cross borders via ocean currents. Via, okay. So, by this we can understand that globally the government hasn't banned yet plastic. Okay. They have no impact on human health. They of course have impact on human health. So the correct answer would be the second one. Moving ahead. Just wait, let me see. Okay, fine. We read the question first as I suggested you before. Here we go. What problem associated with social media is highlighted in the passage? Fine. Now just you can here see in the second line there is a problem mentioned. Fine. Let's read the whole thing. As there are some questions which are unable to be solved without reading the para. Fine. But there are some easy ones which can be done. Okay. Social media platforms have transformed communication, connecting people across the globe instantly. Now, this is the advantage. What we want is problem. Fine. However, they are often criticized. Here, the main point comes for us. For spreading misinformation, especially during critical events like election or public health crisis. False information can influence voter behavior or lead to vaccine hesitancy, undermining public trust in institutions. So you don't need to read whole thing. We'll just see the options. It improves communication during election. Now we want problem. So it is very obvious that this is not a problem. This is a good thing. So it is automatically eliminated, right? Second, it spreads misinformation undermining public trust. The same thing is written in para. Take it and move ahead. We don't have that much of time. Fine. We'll read the other question, other options. We don't have that much of time. We'll just move ahead by taking the correct answer. This is the approach which you need to apply in Imat exam. Fine. Going ahead. Read the question. What challenge does urban farming face according to the passage? Let's read the options first. Okay. It increases food miles in cities. Again, this is not a challenge. Okay. It requires significant water and energy straining resources. Now, above that, you can see the two lines, and in that, there is written that, just wait, I'm just highlighting it. See, which can strain city resources. And the same thing is written here. Take it, move ahead. Okay? Don't waste that much of time on these questions. Otherwise, main questions will be left behind and your score will be down. Just wait. Moving towards the next one. Artificial, sorry, artificial intelligence is increasingly used in education to personalize learning experience for students. AI systems can analyze a students' performance and adapt lessons to their need, improving engagement and outcomes. However, some educators worry that over reliance on AI may reduce opportunities for critical thinking, as students might depend too heavily on technology for answers. Additionally, the cost of implementing AI systems can be prohibited for many schools. Question. What concerns do educators have about AI in education according to the passage? Let's see. It prevents personalized learning experience. It gives. How it prevents? Eliminated. It may reduce opportunities for critical thinking. Very correct. Third, it eliminates the need for a teacher. It is not mentioned that. Fine. Actually, if AI comes globally and all that stuff, AI enhances. Actually, even now also, each and every question's answer is given by AI. So there are probability that it can eliminate. Okay. This option is close but not approximate. Fine. Moving ahead. It increases student engagement significantly. It doesn't. Okay, particularly. It reduces the cost of education. Even AI will make the cost of education most expensive. It won't reduce because the machineries, employment would be reduced, all that stuff. Fine. So the correct would be second because it is more apt. Moving ahead. Climate change is increasing the frequency of extreme weather events such as hurricane, floods, drought across the globe. Small island nations like the Maldives are particularly vulnerable to rising sea levels, which threaten to submerge entire communities. International organizations are advocating for global cooperation to reduce emission, but progress is slow due to economic priorities in large nations. The displacement of population due to these events is creating a new wave of climate refugees. Which of the following cannot be inferred from the passage? Climate change increases the frequency of extreme weather events. That is true. That is true. But we'll see the other options as well to check which is very apt for this question. Small islands nations are vulnerable to rising sea levels. This is actually correct. This is also correct. Rising sea levels have no impact on small island nations. Now see the question is asked is which of the following cannot be inferred? Okay. The third is not cannot be inferred. And all the others are right. Okay. If we relate to the passage. Let's check fourth also. International cooperation is needed to reduce emission. It is written in the passage. Climate change is causing population displacement. It is also related to the passage. So the wrong answer is third one. Fine. Ninth. Vegan diets are often promoted for their environmental benefits, such as reducing greenhouse gas emissions from livestock farming. They also align with ethical concerns about animal welfare. However, nutritionists caution that vegan diets may lack essential nutrients like vitamin B12, iron, omega 3 fatty acids, which are primarily found in animal products. While supplements and fortified foods can help, they are not always accessible to everyone, particularly in low income. Just wait. Okay, here we go. Particularly in low income communities. Question: which nutritional concern is associated with vegan diet in the passage? Obviously, vitamin B12, it is written. So, just mark option B and move ahead. Fine. They may lack essential nutrients like vitamin B12. Then, now in reading skills, we would be doing 10 questions and other would be your responsibility to solve it. I would attach this PDF in the description below. Fine. I've given you how to approach the questions. Make sure you go through all the questions. Fine. Because I need to move towards the next subject as well. Question number 10. Space exploration has led to significant technological advancement, such as satellite communication and weather forecasting systems, which benefit humanity. Private companies like SpaceX are reducing costs by developing reusable rockets, making space travel more accessible. However, critics argue that the billions spent on space mission could be better used to address pressing issues on Earth, such as poverty and hunger. Supporters counter that space exploration inspires innovation and long-term solutions for humanity's future. Question: what criticism of space exploration is mentioned in the past? Options. First, it has led to no technological advancement. Wrong. It has led. Fine. It cost could be better used to address poverty and hunger. Correct. It is written in the passage. Moving towards the third one, it prevents satellite communication. It enables satellite communication. How come it prevents? So this is again wrong. It has no impact on Earth's problem. It impacts. Okay. It makes the space travel more accessible. Weather forecasting is done. Fine. It is supported by all critics. It is not supported by all critics. As some are against. So the correct answer would be option number two. Fine. So this would be ending here, this part, this section you can say. Others are supposed to be done by you. Now see, I have read and explained you the 10 questions. Other 10 should be done by you. So you will get an analysis, a practice, okay, which is very much needed to give this exam. We'll move towards general knowledge. Who is the author of the novel Miss Dalloway? So the author of the novel Miss Dalloway is Virginia Woolf. So as you can see by this type of questions, you could be getting some idea that in general knowledge you have to be very well aware about the history of Italy, famous authors, famous books, famous movies. The directors of the movies are even asked. Fine. So you should be very much aware about the international current affairs, even scientific advancement, or you can say ethical dilemmas in the medicine, the unions which have been formed. Fine. The literature, culture, each and everything which is happening globally. Okay, you don't know from where the questions can be asked. I would be attaching a PDF of the questions of general knowledge. There would be, I think, 10,000 questions. You practice that. They are previous year questions, and it is covering whole global news. Fine. So I expect that the same questions would be seen in your exam. Make sure you're doing it and going. Fine. Moving ahead. The 30 years war was primarily a conflict involving which of the following reasons? No, this happened in Central Europe. It involved Holy Roman, fine, Empire. So Central Europe, option number one is correct. Moving ahead. Just wait. Here we go. What's the next question? Yeah, even The capitals of each and every country, city should be known by you. Sorry, not city, state. Fine. Country, state, all the capitals should be very much in your mind to solve all these questions. Fine. In which of the following sentences is the verb in the passive voice? Even the logical reasoning also comes fine. Now you have to identify the sentence having passive voice. The history of Rome was written by Livy. It is a passive voice. Okay. Even it is very basic. There are some basic questions which are identified by the word by itself. Oh, there's a by in the sentence. It is a passive sentence. Fine. Moving ahead. In a presidential system of government, the president is typically head of a state but not head of a government, neither head of a state nor head of a government, head of a government and head of the judiciary, head of a government but not head of state, head of a state and head of a government. Now you know, president, like everyone knows that he's a head of the country. So a country consists of a government and it also consists of a state. So the both are ruled by a president. Okay. So fifth is very much correct. Okay. What is the capital city of France? Paris. This is very easy. Common thing, right? France is something everyone knows what the capital of France is. Which gas is most abundant in Earth's atmosphere? Nitrogen, obviously. 78% nitrogen constitutes of Earth's atmosphere. Moving ahead, who wrote the play Hamlet? Now, Hamlet is also one of the famous plays. Fine. So, this play was written by option number A, William Shakespeare. What is the primary source of energy for Earth's climate system? Solar radiation. Okay. Option number 2. Which continent is also known as land down under? Now, you know, this type of questions are also very important. Like, country of rising sun. Very easy, Japan. So, like these questions are asked, and you should know. So, the continent which is known as land down under is Australia. Why? Because it has location in southern hemisphere. What is the chemical symbol of gold? Ag. Ag is silver, Au is gold. Fine. So this Ag, silver, Au gold, Fe iron, Cu copper, Pb lead. Clear? Moving ahead. This one was easy, right? Very easy. Now this should also be known by you. Which treaty ended the 7 Years' War? So this was ended by Treaty of Paris, which occurred in 1763. Okay, between European powers. Okay, moving ahead. What is the largest planet in our solar system? So when I talk about the largest planet, this is very common. Like fifth standard question, Jupiter, we have been taught as largest planet. Who developed the theory of general relativity? Albert Einstein. This is also known by every one of you, I expect. Which element is the second most abundant in Earth's atmosphere? Silicon is the second most important abundant. Fine. First is oxygen. So the two options are given to confuse you. First one would be oxygen. Second most would be silicon. Moving ahead. What is the currency of Japan? It is yen. This is also a general knowledge, obviously. So, by this question, you can expect currency could be asked from any country, and you should be aware about it. Fine. Which organ in the human body is primarily responsible for detoxification? Obviously, liver. Because heart nowhere relates. Lungs, not. Respiratory system. Okay. Kidneys, detoxification is something else. Kidneys is just for excretion. Fine. Stomach, HCl, pepsin, all that gases. Fine. Stomach nowhere comes in between. So obviously it is liver. In which year did the RMS Lusitania sink? So it occurred in 1915. What is the smallest country in the world by land area? Vatican City. Here, I just remembered that I might also ask what is the tallest thing, longest, largest, fine, smallest. So everything which contain these words should be known by you. Okay, like tallest mountain. Okay, longest river. This should be known by you. Now here the question which you saw. Smallest country. So it is Vatican City. Why? Because they're just having 44 hectares. Which was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize in chemistry? Yeah, again, who have won Nobel Prize? How many Nobel Prize have been won by this people? These questions are very important. Fine. So the option is Marie Curie is the right answer. First, she received a prize in physics, then she received in chemistry. Which gas discovered on the sun before Earth is the second most abundant element in the universe? Helium gas. Okay, helium was easy. What is the longest river in Africa? Nile River. I told you, longest river such questions comes, and you have seen it. Which artist is known for painting the persistence of memory? Salvador Dali is known. Fine. Moving ahead. What's the next question? What is the primary source of greenhouse gas nitrous oxide? Agriculture, activities, and fertilizers. Fertilizers. This is a very easy question. Now, if we go with elimination method, then to the answer comes this only. Volcanic eruption, how come? It is related with greenhouse gas. Industrial manufacturing, no way. Deforestation, not possible. Also, the same goes with ocean currents. So the very appropriate would be agricultural activities and fertilization. Fertilizers. What is the capital city of Brazil? It is Brasilia. Now, it is very easy. If you see, capital city of Brazil, Brasilia. It has the same, you can say, sound. Fine. Even the letters are also same. Similar, you can say. Which element is essential for the formation of hemoglobin and red blood cell iron? Very easy question. Which international organization was established in 1945 to promote global peace and security? United Nations was proposed. Fine. Was established. Option number two. Now, if you observe question number 50, what is the chemical formula of carbon dioxide? It is that easy. CO2. Okay. I know that CO2 is written as like this, but it has gone up. You need to understand, of course. Fine. No, here also not. That is not possible. Just, I'm telling you. See, I'm not having that pen. So understand. V writes you to like this. The 2 is being taken at exponent place, but understand. Okay, it is second. Moving ahead. 49th. Which scientist proposed the law of planetary motion? It was proposed by Kepler. This was easy. Coming to question 48. Who wrote the novel The Great Gatsby? It was written by F. Scott Fitzgerald. 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 Okay, my bad. What is the largest ocean on Earth? Pacific, which is very common question. Fine. Moving ahead. See, I told you what is the tallest mountain in the world? Mount Everest. Which country hosted the 2020 Summer Olympics? It was hosted by Japan. Fine. What is the primary source of energy for the Earth's magnetic field? Molten iron in the outer core. Now see the explanation for this. Earth's magnetic field is generated by the movement of molten iron in outer core, a process called as geodynamo. Which vitamin is primarily obtained from sunlight? Vitamin D, obviously. Fine. So it is option number 4, vitamin D. Moving ahead. Which event marked the beginning of World War One? The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in 1914. What is the capital of city Australia? Capital city of Australia. It is Canberra. Option number 3. Red planet. Mars is known as red planet. Who painted Last Supper? It was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. Okay. Painting Last Supper painted by Leonardo da Vinci. Red planet Mars. City of Australia, capital city of Australia, Canberra. Then marked the beginning of World War One. Assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Moving ahead. Question number 59. What is the primary source of energy for Earth's water cycle? So it is solar energy. Fine. Which country is the largest by land area? Now this is very easy question. You know that Russia has the largest land area. So it goes by this only. Moving ahead. Who wrote Wuthering Heights? It was written by Emily Bronte. You must be knowing Bronte sisters. Bronte sisters. Okay. This was proposed by or written by Emily Bronte. What is the chemical symbol for silver? I told you before only Ag is silver, Au is gold. Fine. It came from the word Latin name argentum. Okay, moving ahead. Which ocean is the smallest by surface area? Now, largest is Pacific, known by all. Smallest is Arctic Ocean. Who was the first person to orbit Earth? First was Yuri Gagarin. Option number 3. What is the capital city of Egypt? Australia was Canberra. Egypt is Cairo. Fine. Remember, capital city of Australia, Canberra. Capital city of Egypt, Cairo. Which element has the atomic number I? It is I, right? Number one. Okay, it is atomic number one. I thought of symbol I. So atomic number one is obviously hydrogen. Second one is helium. Then goes as lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. Okay, fluorine, neon. Moving ahead. Which ancient wonder was located in Babylon? Let's see the answer to this question. Just wait, let me rough all this stuff. Okay, so the ancient wonder was located Hanging Garden was the ancient wonder which was located in Babylon. Okay. The Hanging Garden, one of the seven wonders of the ancient world. This is very important. You should be knowing the seven wonders are traditionally associated with Babylon. Moving ahead. Now here the general knowledge section comes to an end. Okay. Just go through all these questions once again because these are important and has come before also. Now we'll move towards logical reasoning. These type of question often needs very much time along with intelligence because many of them tend to just skip this question and move ahead. Fine. These questions are mark deciding also. Let's start. Many students fail the IMET because they do not practice enough. Practicing with last papers helps students understand the question types and improve their speeds. Therefore, students should practice with past papers to increase their chances of passing the IMAT. What is the main conclusion for the argument? Means the question is asked that what is summary or what the passage need to say? Give the idea to us. Many students fail the IMAT. No, this is not the very apt. Practicing with the past paper helps students. This is true. Students should practice with past papers to increase their chances of passing the IMAT. This is very much true. Understanding the question types improves speed. It is right. The IMAT is a difficult exam. That is not mentioned in the passage. So the very much accurate here would be the option number three. Just wait. Okay, the third one is correct. All medical students must take the IMAT. Some medical students are international students. Which of the following must be correct? All international students must take the IMAT. That's wrong. Some international students must take the IMAT. Can say. Some medical students do not take the IMAT. That's not mentioned. All medical students are international students. That's wrong. No international students are medical students. That is also wrong. So the correct, appropriate, or apt would be second one. Closest because it is the closest to the question asked. Going ahead. So option number three. And this is the one of the easiest questions. Fine. And this type of question comes in the exam very much frequently. A doctor sees 30 patients in a day. Each patient visits last 15 minutes. And the doctor takes a 10 minutes break after every 5 patients. How many minutes does the doctor spend working in the day? Now you need to break down the question. First of all, let's see how to solve and give approach to this. First, it has been said that a doctor sees 30 patients a day. Doctor is saying 30 patients. Each patient's visit lasts 15 minutes. So it would be, we would be multiplying it with 15 to see how much time has been taken by the patient. Just wait. Or else. Okay, fine. So what is 13 to 15? 450? Fine. 450. Move ahead and see what it says further. And the doctor takes a 10 minutes break after every 5 patients. There are 30 patients. So there are 30 patients. After each 5 patients, 10 minutes break is being taken by the doctor. So just divide 30 by 5, that is 6. Okay. So there are 6 groups formed, each containing 5 patients. How many minutes does the doctor spend working in a day? If I, or you can just see the solution here. There are 5 breaks, right? As 6 groups are formed, after every 5th, 10th, 15, 20, and 25 patient means the multiple of 5, total break time would be 5 breaks are there, and the doctor is taking 10 minutes, okay, break, right? After every 5 patients. So 5 to 10, 15 minutes the doctor is taking as break. So the total working time would be 450 is the total number of time given to patients, 30 patients. Okay. And the 50 is total break the doctor takes. Okay. But break is also included in the work time. So 450 plus 50 is 500 minutes. So the doctor works 500 minutes. Option number 3 is correct. Fine. These type of questions are asked and it is very easy. I may tell you that. Fine. If all surgeons are doctor, these questions are a bit tricky. You need to understand. Fine. If all surgeons are doctor and some doctors are researchers, which of the following must be true? All surgeons are researchers. Some surgeons are researchers. Now see, all surgeons are doctor and some doctors are researchers. So some surgeons are researchers. This statement is correct. But we'll see the third one also. Some doctors are surgeons. All surgeons are doctors. And some doctors are researchers. So some doctors are surgeons. This is correct. Some researchers are not surgeons. That's wrong. All researchers are doctors. All researchers are not doctors. Some researchers would be doctor, right? So the fifth is also wrong. The third one is very much apt. Fine. Because this B, second option, there might be no overlap between surgeon and researcher. So That is not necessarily true. So the more apt would be third one. Fine. Moving ahead. Electric cars are better for the environment because they produce zero tailpipe emission. However, critics argue that the electricity used to charge them often comes from fossil fuels, which still contributes to emission. Which of the following, if true, would must strengthen the argument that electric cars are better for the environment? Let's see. Electric cars are more expensive than traditional cars. This is not strengthening the argument. Moving ahead, most electric cars owners charge their cars using renewable energy sources. Can say we'll move ahead and see the rest options as well. Fossil fuel plants are more efficient than they were 10 years ago. This is not strengthening at all. Electric car require less maintenance than traditional cars. I think both need same level of maintenance. Okay, some electric cars can travel longer distance than traditional. This is true. So, which is strengthening the argument that electric cars are better for environment. Now, see, fifth one is not telling that it is better for environment, right? It is telling the advantage of electric car over traditional cars. So, I will go with option number two, which is more appropriate. Okay, I think fourth is also there, but the second is more appropriate. Fine. Now see, fourth you can see electric car require less maintenance than a traditional car. It is not supporting the line of environment, right? We want that how it is better to the environment. So I told you that the second one is the best. Fine. Appropriate. 73. All birds can fly. Read and hear the statements carefully. All birds can fly. Some pigeons cannot fly. All pigeons are bird. Penguins. Sorry, penguins. I'm saying pigeon. All birds can fly. Some penguins cannot fly. All penguins are bird. Which of the following must be true? Based on the statements. Understand it. Statement 1 is false. All birds can fly. True, it is false. Means I agree that the statement 1 is false. So the option number 1 itself is correct. Why should we read the rest one? We'll move ahead. 74 is very important. A clinical tracks the number of patients treated for flu over 4 days. Day 1 consists of 10 patients. Day 2, 15. Day 3, 20. Day 4, 25. You can say there is a multiple of 5 going on. Just wait. Okay. How many female patients were treated over the 4 days? Now, the percentage of male patient is given, right? Just wait. You need to write here. A clinic tracks the number of patients treated for flu for over 4 days. Day 1, 10 patients, 60 male means at day 1, 40% of female patients were there. Day 2, in 15, 40% were male. So 60% were female, obviously. Third, 50% were male, 50 were female, half. So day three, 20 patients in which 10 were male and 10 were female. Correct. Day four, in 25 patients, 80% were male, means 20 were female. Right. Now you need to, these are all percentages. Need a exact number. Right. Just wait. Here we go. Out of 10 patients, 40 were female. So 10 into 0.4. Right. So 4 females were there. Getting my point, how you need to solve. Day 2, total 15 patients, 15 into 0.6, which would be 9 female patients were there. Oh, just wait. 9 female. Okay. Day 4, 25 patients. So 25 into 0.2, which is 5. So 5 females. The question is asked, how many female patients were treated over the 4 days? So which is 10, 10 plus 9, 19, 19 plus 4, 23, 23 plus 5, 28. 28 is your answer, option number 3. This is how you need to solve. This was easy question. Okay. I won't say this is a hard one. You need to solve, which would take hardly, I would say, 1 minute. If you're good at the solving stuff, fine. Moving ahead. Question number 8. 75, sorry. In a race, now this is very important. Again, just wait, I must rough this part. Okay. Pay attention to this one. In a race, Anna finishes before Bob. Bob finishes before Charlie. Charlie finishes after Dana. Who finishes last? I think it is Charlie. It should be Charlie. It is Charlie. Oh, there's an option of cannot be determined too. See, Anna is finishing before Bob. So Anna, if I take as a first place, okay, I take Anna at first. Fine. Bob finishes before Charlie. I give Bob second place. Actually, I think Anna's place is not determined anyone's. So I don't think it cannot be determined too. Let's say Charlie finishes after Dana. Charlie finishes after Dana. Dana is given as third place. Now Charlie finishes after no. If I give fourth place to Dana, so the Charlie is coming last. Okay, fourth place to Charlie. Charlie's fine. I told you Charlie's the answer. Anna, I have written in the same order. Correct. Moving ahead. I hope this much is clear to you. Just wait. I don't know why it is not moving. 76 is the same type of question, exact same. We have done a question before, right? So we'll move to a 77. Students who attend private schools perform better on standardized tests because they have access to better resources. Therefore, private schools are the best option for academic success. Which of the following is true? Would most weaken the argument? Which of the following, if true, would most weaken the argument? Okay, now before we have seen which of the following, if true, would most strengthen the argument. Now you have to see weaken, means it is not the support of this above statement. Fine. Some private schools have fewer resources than public school. It is weakening, but we'll see more appropriate, right? Many students in public school also perform well on standardized tests. Third, private schools are more expensive than public school. Fourth, standardized tests are not a good measure of academic success. Fifth, some private schools have larger class sizes than public schools. Now, how to weaken the argument? There's a trick here. Anything which is mentioned above, if you need to weaken the argument, you need to search for the option which has the opposite of the above passage sentence. Fine. Exact opposite. Fine. So, in the above sentence, above para, whatever you say, it is written that students who attend private school perform better on the standardized test. And the option number four, if you highlight or see it, standardized tests are not a good measure of academic success. Okay, you understood the key to weaken this argument is find something opposite it in the option. Okay, which is not given the para. So this is how you can just weaken. So the option number four is correct. 78. Listen here, see the question correctly. A cube has six faces. This is a very general knowledge. Everyone knows that cube has six faces. Each painted a different color. Red, blue, green, yellow, white, black. The red face is opposite to the blue face. The green face is opposite to the red face. The yellow face. The white face is opposite to the black face. And the red face is on top. And the blue face is on the front. Which color is on the bottom? Now, red is opposite to the blue face, right? So it is very obvious that red is on the top, means the blue would be on the bottom, right? Opposite matlab kya? What is opposite? Red is top, blue is bottom. Option A, move ahead. Vaccines are safe because they are tested extensively before approval. Therefore, all vaccines are safe. What is the flaw in this argument? It assumes testing guarantees safety. It ignores the cost of vaccine. It fails to define what safe means. It does not consider untested vaccine. It assumes vaccines are effective. So the correct answer would be first because it assumes that testing guarantees safety. Testing doesn't guarantee safety because there are patients which can have side effects from that vaccines. There are patients which doesn't show any symptoms. Okay, so only testing we can't judge on that basis that it is a very safe vaccine. Okay, no fish can live on land. Some sharks are fish. Which of the following must be true? Now, in the logical reasoning, you have to expect this type of questions. Okay, these are very obvious. Understand here. No fish can live on land. Some sharks are fish. Which of the following is correct? Options: all sharks can live on land, which is wrong. Some sharks cannot live on land. It is right. No sharks are fish, which is wrong. Because some sharks are fish. It is written in the above question. How can we just go sideways, right? Some fish can live on land. It is again wrong. All fish are sharks. Wrong. So the second one is correct. Now see, what is the next number in the sequence? Observe the sequence very carefully. 2, 5, 10, 17, 26. Now you need to apply every mathematical operation here. Fine. 5 minus 2 is 3. See the difference first. Okay, here we go. Or should I use this one? 5 minus 2 is 3. 10 minus 5 is 5. 17 minus 10 is 7. You can observe something. The difference is coming off a prime number. Okay, and getting my point. If you see, if you minus 5, subtract 5 minus 2, it is coming 3. 10 minus 5 is 5. Okay, so the difference is coming as prime number. 17 minus 10 is 7. 26 minus 17 is simple 3, 5, 7. The next would be 9. Why to subtract also? Now, what is the next prime number? 11. Just add 11 into 26. So 26 plus 11 is 37. Option number 2 is your answer. Okay. So the next difference we want 11. So the answer would be 37. As the difference of prime number is going on, right? Option number 2 is correct. Moving ahead. I would just rough this all. Option number 2. Fine. See, I told you. 82 is slightly similar to that question which we have done of the female patients, but now we have to know the day. We'll read it and understand it again. A doctor records the number of patients seen over 5 days. Before there were 4 days, now there are 5 days. Monday, 20 patients, 50% with fever. Okay, now there's no male and female. Now we have a fever thing. 20 patient, 50% with fever. What the question we need to find is just read the last sentence on which they were the most patients with fever seen. Okay, so 50% with fever means 10% people were having fever on Monday. Correct? Moving ahead. 25 patients in which 60% with fever means 60, 0.6 into 25. Just do it. 25 into 0.6, so I think would be 15. 15 patients with fever on Monday. Sorry, Tuesday. Moving ahead. Wednesday, 30 patients in which 40% with fever. 0.4 into 30, which would be 12. 12 on Wednesday. Moving ahead. On Thursday, 15% in which 80 were in fever. 0.8 into 15, which would be 12 again. 12 on Thursday. Friday, 10 patients, 30 with fever, 0.3 into 30, which will be 3. 3 on Friday. So the most number of patients with fever was seen on Tuesday. That's it. Option number B is correct. Moving ahead. Okay, got it? How to solve these type of questions? If a student scores above 90% on the final exam, they will pass the course. Maria passed the course, therefore Maria scored above 90% on the final exam. What assumption does this argument rely on? Maria took the final exam. This is obvious. Fine. Scoring above 90% is the only way to pass the course. This is the correct statement. We'll read the rest of them also. Maria is a good student, of course, but it is not related to what we want. Final exam is difficult. It is not mentioned above. Passing the course requires attending class. This is also not mentioned. So the correct and the appropriate answer would be the option above. Second, clinic charges $50 for a consultation and 20 for tests. A patient has three tests and a consultation. Three tests. See, per test is 23 tests means $60 and a consultation means 50. 50 for consultation. Total 110. Right. If the clinic offers a 10% discount on the total bill, how much does the patient pay? 10% discount. No, just do 110 into 0.1. Fine. So $11. Just wait. Wait, I think something went wrong. Right. Discount was of 11. I didn't read the question very well. The discount was of 11. So 110 minus 11 is 99. 99 is the answer option number B. Fine. If clinic offers a 10% discount on the bill, so the discount was of 11. How much does the patient pay? Patient pays would be deducted 11 rupees, $11 would be deducted from 110. Fine, 99 is your answer. If it rains, the ground is wet, the ground is not wet, what can be concluded? It is not raining. Option number B. It is very obvious. A graph shows the number of patients admitted to the hospital from each month. January 50, Feb 40, March 60, April 70, May 30. What is the average number of patients admitted per month over these 5 months? Just you need to add all of them and divide it by 5. So 50 plus 40 plus 60 plus 70 plus 30, which would go to 100, 190, 1, 250. Total would be 250. Fine. 250 divided by 5 would be 50. So the answer would be option number 3. Drinking coffee improves concentration because it contains caffeine, which stimulates the brain. Therefore, student should drink coffee before studying. Which of the following, if true, would more strengthen the argument? Some students are allergic to caffeine. This is weakening. A study found that students who drank coffee before studying scored 20% higher on tests. This is not mentioned. Coffee is more expensive than tea. Coffee can cause insomnia in some people. Not all coffee contain caffeine. Now, all the rest are just weakening the statement. So the second would improve it, strengthen it. Fine. Now, I think the other all are easy. And this question we have seen 88, right? Just wait. Yeah. Similar type of question we have seen. 89 will do. A hospital has 4 departments, each with 8 beds. On Monday, 75% of beds are occupied. Understand? Hospital having 4 departments, each is having 8 beds, means 32 beds are there in total. On Monday, there are 32 beds. Okay. On Monday, 75% of the beds are occupied. What we need to find is how many beds are occupied on Tuesday. So first we'll check of Monday. 75 are occupied. 75% means we have to do is 75 divided by 100 into 32, which would be 24. So 24 were occupied on Monday. Okay. Now understand the next sentence. On Tuesday, 4 patients are discharged. So 24 minus 4, 20. And 2 new patients are admitted. So 22. How many beds are occupied on Tuesday, which would be 22? Option number first. Okay. Second is also easy. I mean, 90 question is also easy. Okay. Focus on mathematical type of questions much because the sentences type of questions are easier. Okay. And that you just need to read and understand it, practice it, it would be done. Fine. So I'm just focusing on mathematical type of questions. We'll see this. A school organizes a trip. Very good. Okay. Trip for 50 students. The bus rental costs $200 and each students pay $10 for the trip. Just wait. We'll make school organizes a trip for 50 students. Bus rental costs $200. Each student pays 10 rupees. 50 students are going, each is paying 10. Okay. If the school covers 20% of the total cost, how much does the school pay? Now see, there are 50 students going. Bus rental is 200. The students are paying $10 for the trip. School is covering 20%, which is 0.2% of the total cost. So if I just do 500 plus 700, 200, which is 700. But I don't think that the students' pay would be included, right? It should be 0.7 into 500. Sorry, 0.2 into 500. This is $100. We need to check. Now see, pay attention here. 700. The bus covers 20% of the total cost, which is 0.2 into 700, which is 140. Okay, I told you just add 500 plus 200, which will be 700, right? Then if the school costs 20%, so 0.2 into 700, I by mistakenly said 500. Okay, but obviously we have to add the bus rentals. It would go to 700. So answer would be $140. Moving ahead. Now this is very easy. 1, 4, 9, 16. You can see the all are the square roots. 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square. There would be 6 square, which is 36. 36 would be the next answer. Yeah, there is a third option, 36. See, if the day after tomorrow is Thursday, what day is it? If the day after tomorrow is Thursday, means today is Tuesday. That's too simple. Fine. These are the questions. We'll focus on this one. Pay attention here. 10% discounts on the total sales for that day. What is the total revenue for the 2 days? Now see, there's a 10% discount with 0.1%. Then what is the total revenue for the 2 days would be? Oh, the next question is written above. My bad. See now. A pharmacy sells medicines at $5 per bottle. On Monday, they sell 20 bottles. Means 20 into 5 is 100. On Tuesday, they sell 30, 150, and offer a 10% discount on the total sales for that day. On Tuesday, they gave us discount, right? See here. On Monday, 20 into 5 is 100. On Tuesday, 150, but they gave a 10% discount, so it would go towards 30 bottles plus 10% discount. 150 into 0.5, 0.1, which would be 15. So 150 minus 15, which is 135. So if I calculate 100 plus 135 is 235, option number 3 is your answer. Let's just check it. Right? I will solve question number 101. A teacher assigns 40 questions for homework. Teacher is assigning 40 questions for homework. Each correct answer earns 2 points. Understand it? 40 questions. Each correct answers earns 2 points. Each incorrect answer deducts 1. A student answers 30 questions correctly. 30 is correct. Means 30 into 2 is 60. Right? 60 marks he got for correct. And 10 incorrectly. So 60 minus 10, 50. Option number 3 is the answer. That was too easy. Okay. These type of questions are easy. Now see, 104 question. What is the next number in the sequence? 3, 6, 12, 24, 48. Easy? Now just wait. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. 3 3 is left. 3 4s are 12. 3 5 is left. 3 6 are 24. 3 7 is left. 3 8 are 48. 3 9 would be left. 3 10 are 30. Oh my bad. 3 twos are 6. 6 twos are 12. 12 twos are 24. 24 twos are 48. Oh, 48 twos are. That's 96. Option number C. These are easy questions. We'll move towards the next section. These are the questions which I would just attach. You need to solve all this stuff. Okay, here we go. Biology started. What is the which of the following? So the following is a primary source of energy for the cellular process. Obviously, glucose. Going ahead. In osmosis, water moves across the semi-permeable membrane from an area of higher concentration to lower. A. Oh, I was thinking of reverse osmosis. Obviously, in osmosis, see, I told you higher water concentration, right? Higher water concentration means there's a low solute concentration. So here we have been mentioned the solute one, so the second option is correct. If there was a higher water concentration, means the first one was the right answer, right? Getting my point. These types of mistakes are bound to happen. Just focus. Which of functional course group is characteristic of alcohol and is commonly found in alcohol means OH hydroxyl group B. Which of the following organic molecules serve as the primary energy storage molecule in cells? Carbohydrates, obviously. This is basic question. Moving ahead. What is the main difference between prokaryote and nucleus? Obviously. Have a nucleus while the cell. Incorrect. See, first option says is prokaryotic cells have a nucleus, while eukaryotic cells do not. This is not correct. Second, eukaryotic cells have like a cell wall, cell membrane, while prokaryotic cells have one. Actually, it has been written opposite, so the option third should be the answer. Which organelle? The components of the cells are known as organelles, fine. It's responsible for protein ribosome, obviously. During which phase of mitosis do the chromosome align at the metaphase? This aligning at the metaphase is obviously metaphase stage. The word itself is written than verb. What is the primary difference between mitosis and meiosis? One is equational, other is reductional. So answer should be mitosis produce gametes while meiosis produce somatic cells. Mitosis results in four daughter cells while meiosis results in two. Answer would be third. Fine. Going ahead. In a genetic cross between two heterozygous individuals, what is the probability of producing an offspring with a recessive phenotype? See, if you just cross A means one dominant, other recessive. So the probability of outputs which you will get is, just wait, you will get something like this: A, A. Fine. It will be 4 is to 2 is to 2, or 1, sorry, 1 is to 2 is to 1. Fine. So out of 4, 1 would be recessive, both recessive A. So 1 by 4, option 2 is the answer. Moving ahead. In a pedigree, a shaded square represents a male with a recessive disorder. If his parents are unaffected, what is the genotype of the mother? Parents are unaffected. So it would be heterozygous Recessive, obviously heterozygous. It can be dominant also, but most of the cases parents may parents have recessive, so the children have dominant. Fine. Which of the following best defines the bottleneck effect and evolution? Bottleneck effect, random change in allele frequency due to a small population. Fine. So these are the types of biology questions which you have to focus and do. Moving towards the chemistry ones because we don't have that much of time and I have to complete. Fine. Just have to give you an overview how the questions comes. Now see cell stage. During which phase of the cell cycle does the cell prepare for division by growing and synthesizing protein? Synthesizing. The word synthesizing comes with S phase. Actually, the synthesizing of DNA occurs in H phase. Protein is stayed, my bad, so it would be C. Fine. Moving ahead. These are all the questions of your biology. You practice it, solve it. These are all previous year questions. Then we would have chemistry part. Biology is a bit long because it has high weightage and high number of questions. Much questions. Fine. In biology section, focus on photosynthesis, respiration. I said it twice. These type of chapters because very complicated questions are asked from these type of chapters. Fine. Oh, chemistry and chemistry. Which of the following is a functional group present in an amine? NH. NH2. Fourth. Obviously, amine means NH2. How many protons are present? 25 electrons, 25 protons. Fine. Atomic number is 25, is proton will be 25. Moving ahead. These type of questions are very important. A gas at 127 degrees Celsius and 1 atm occupies 3 liter. What will be its volume at 27 degrees Celsius and 2 atm? So you know this formula. PV is equal to nRT. Okay. In that we have to do PV by T, PV by T. Okay. So the answer would be 1.5 liter. Maximum number of electrons that would be in 3p subshell is 6. Which of the following elements has the highest first ionization? It is phosphorus. Fine. So these type of questions are asked in chemistry. We'll move towards maths and physics very quickly. In this chemistry, you need to focus on mole concept. Okay. limiting reagents, stoichiometry. These are the main things asked here. Majorly, organic chemistry means you would see four questions that two reaction based. Just you need to find product. Reactant is given, like that type of questions are. Okay. Okay, here physics has come already. What is the value of one parsec in kilometers? So one parsec is equal to 3.26 light years, and one light year is equal to 9.46 and 10 to the power 12 kilometers. This much is given to you. Just substitute and take out the answer. So one parsec would be multiply 3.26 into 9.46 into 10 to the power 12. The answer would come to option number C. A force of 5 Newton is applied on angle of 30 degrees to the horizontal. What is the horizontal component of the force? It's a very easy question. Horizontal means the line with the angle. So we have always write there cos right, theta, f is cos theta. Fine. F is 5 cos theta means angle, it is 30 degree. So the answer will be fine to root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 is 0.866. Answer will be 433. If you need to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, just multiply it by 5 by 18. Simple trick. Okay. So 72 into 5 by 18 would be 20. Okay. Four questions are generally expected from your physics part. Only four. A car accelerates uniformly from rest to 20 meter per second in 5 seconds. What is acceleration? Acceleration is nothing but velocity by time. Velocity would be 20. Final would be 0 because the car would come at rest. 20 by 5 is nothing but 4 meter per second square. Option number 2. Four questions are done. The rest are all your practice question. You need to do practice at home. And, and I have to move towards math section. Maths has appeared. Mathematics. What is the value of log of a to the base 2? So log of a to the base 2. 8 can be written as 2 cube. Okay. So it would be 3. Fine. 2x plus 5 is equal to 15. 2x is equal to 15 minus 5, which would be 10. X is equal to 10 by 2. The answer would be 2. Fine. Option number 1. Second, sorry. What is the area of a triangle with the base 6 centimeter and height 8 centimeter? Just you need to find the hypotenuse, which would be. Just wait, I'm drawing it for you. Here we go. Oh, we need to find the area. So area, there's no need of drawing it. My bad. It would be half into base into height. Half into base is 6 centimeter, height is 8. Just solve it and the answer would be 24. C23, 903 question. A bag contains 4 red and 6 blue balls. What is the probability of drawing a red ball? So there are total 10 balls, and from 10, 4 are red, means 4 by 10. which is also 2 by 5. Option number B is correct. There are 8 questions expected from maths. Okay, I'm just telling you. Option number B. Moving ahead. Simplify this, you need to simplify. 2x squared plus 4x by 2x. So just you can take out the common things out. You can add 2x in bracket x plus 2 upon 2x. 2x gets cancelled. X plus 4. X plus 2 is your answer. Fine. This is how you need to solve maths part. So these are all the questions which I would send you. I've just given you an overview of how the questions are asked, and these are the previous questions, which is very important. Okay, and should be solved by you. There are in total 1009 questions. I would just send you. Fine. Now see what is the value of f with the function 2 for the function fx is equal to x cube minus x. Just substitute 2 in x cube. 2 cube minus 2. 8 minus 2, 6. So math is very simple, I must tell. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. Practice each and every question given in PDF because they are previous question I'm telling you again and again. Okay, that's it for today. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Bye, guys.